Okay, so this topic is going to be about credentialing, basically the process by which you go about being joining the networks for the various insurance companies. You just have to decide, do you want to be part of the networks, or are you going to be a cash only facility, or how are you going to go about being paid for your services? So I chose to participate. At first I was, debating back and forth, but really in order to be, accessible to the population, the demographic of patient I want to serve, I have to participate, in the Medicare and Medicaid programs because, in the area that I am in currently, a lot of the patients over there have, either Medicaid or Medicare. And I didn't want to cut those, that population out. So you have to build, if you're going to do commercial payers as well, like United, Blue Cross Blue Shield, so forth, you'll have to build a profile. It's called a ACA QH profile. And basically you put all your licensure, all your certifications, DEA number and all that stuff in there, NPI numbers, all that goes in there. Resume, your degrees and diplomas go in there. Malpractice information goes in there. That's basically the long form of your resume, your life. You're basically telling the insurance companies why they should trust you as a provider, why they should welcome you into their network. Because insurance companies have a reputation to maintain as well, and they want to be sure that they have qualified providers for their patients, that they're going to get the best care. And so you have to pretty much sell yourself. And so one of the means to do that is the CAQH profile. That's what they go on. They look on there and they see everything they need to see about you. If they need additional information, then they'll ask. But that's pretty much the way it's being done these days, as opposed to those long credentialing application forms that you fill out. It's the same information, except here in Texas they use that CAQH profile, and they will use that in lieu of an actual paper credentialing application. You go on there, you fill out your profile information, and then you can give access. You can permit, the insurance companies to view your profile, and then they can go on there and get the information that they need. Or you can restrict access. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Just make it open and available to anybody that wants to see it, because it's really just for the insurance networks. So you'll do that. And then, so that's the profile. That doesn't actually, that's not your application to join the network. That's just your profile that they will use as part of their credentialing process. So you have to actually go to each insurance company and start their process. Some of them have an online inquiry that you can fill out, and then that starts the process. Some want you to submit a letter of intent, basically, asking to join the network. It just depends on the insurance company, really, what all steps they want you to take. But that information that you put in that profile is crucial. Like, that is telling why, who you are and why they should allow you to be a part of their network. Got to get that information in there and got to get it right. You have to have references as well. It's good if you have your collaborating physician can be a reference, any of your nurse practitioner friends or previous preceptors, anybody that knows and that can speak to your character and your level of professionalism, your competency as a provider would be a good one to put on there. I think it's only 3 that are required. So those are the commercial payers. Like I said, your Blue Cross, your United, your Cignas, that will be using that resource to kind of screen you. Medicare and Medicaid are 2 totally separate processes. Medicare is a federally funded program, and so they have the CMS.gov website. You go on there and you can do that. It's called PCOS, PECOS, and that's their online application process. You get right on there and you fill in all the information. It's long. It's a lot of information, but you just do one little bit at a time. I did it myself. I didn't hire anybody. I just went, putting in information. Read the questions, answer appropriately. Medicaid is a state-funded program, and so they have different rules and specifications that they require. I found the Medicaid process to be a little bit more tedious. They're a little bit more, particular about the information and how it's put in. Even though I'm a solo provider, I'm a solo practice, because I entered my group information in the Medicare application, I had to enter it the same way in the Medicaid application. And then they made me submit a separate application, basically putting myself or listing myself as a provider of that group that I applied under, because I applied under my Kimberly Cares company name, and then I had to go and fill out a separate application for the Medicaid provider for myself. So it got kind of hairy. There was a lot of, back and forth with that because I wasn't really familiar with all the screens and everything that was required, but I got through it. So I did that. Just like I said, to be available to those patients who don't have money for those commercial insurance plans, because like we all know, that gets very expensive. A lot of people don't have money to pay $400, $500, $600 a month for an insurance premium. They're stuck with the Medicaid or Medicare plans. And a lot of clinics don't take Medicaid. They don't take Medicare because they don't, the reimbursement is low, and they don't want to deal with, waiting, 30, 40 days for reimbursement. Commercial payers sometimes are a little bit faster, and the Blue Cross Blue Shield, on average, they can get your reimbursement back to you in about 7 to 10 business days. They're pretty speedy here in Texas. So just a little tidbit about the credentialing process. It's a really quite a long process. Like you have to do each insurance group that you want to be a part of separately. There is no one lump application for everybody. There are people that you can hire. There are credentialing services that will do it for you for a fee, depending on how many insurance companies you want to be a part of. The fees vary. So anywhere from $1,500 all the way up to $2,000 is some of the estimates that I got for credentialing. So I just chose to do it myself and save that money. So hopefully that's helpful. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more information. I'm going to try to maybe put together like a little booklet or like a little outline just for you guys to be able to fill in, all the various, steps. There's just so many details. There's just no way to give it all, in a short, video. So I'm going to try to put out, maybe like a little outlet or like a little booklet or something, outline or booklet for you guys. Okay, so hopefully the information was helpful. If you have any other questions, please feel free to just, inbox me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, okay? Y'all have a good day.